Hello friends, it's Sheree from Turquoise Dreaming. How's everyone doing tonight? Welcome to my channel. I'm here to share the beginning of my next design team project for Studio 28E. This is a kit that Sheree designed and it's in her Etsy. And so that she's Studio 28E on Etsy and on Facebook. And there's a Facebook group. If you'd like to join, you can go over there and there's a bunch of nice people over there, and we have a lot of fun with different little kind of like fun events, creating and crafting things, and once in a while they do a swap and things like that. So it's a very cool and fun group over there. So what I chose for this is for July, and what I chose for this design team project was a digital kit called A Day at the Beach. So this kit I liked because when I looked at it, I liked the retro look of it. And I'll show you as we go through. And it's not finished, so I'm just getting started on it really, even though you may think it looks finished. It's not. I don't have the pages sewn in yet, but I have got a good start on it. But I chose this as the cover. There's several different images that look like, they were meant to be a cover, but I wanted to make kind of a collage looking cover, and I wanted it to be Traveler's Notebook size. This is a little shorter than Traveler's Notebook size, but it's about the same width. So as you can see, the cover is about, I would say it's just barely, well, it's right at 4 1/4, so that is Traveler's Notebook size. And then the length is a little bit shorter. It is 7.5 inches. So what I did was the cover is based with file folder. It's a nice start. It's one of those green hanging file folders. So a little sturdier than regular manila file folder. And so I use that as my base. So it almost feels like a very, either it's very sturdy or almost like a hardcover book. So that's how sturdy it is. And then I layered, this is one of the pages, double pages from the kit. As you can see, very pretty. And I, as I was kind of developing it, I pulled out, some trims, and this red rickrack just really set it off nicely, I thought, with the colors that were in this page. And there's like a red border right around this little sign down here. And I just thought that looked so, it just looked so awesome to me when I put it together. So that's what I went with on the front and the back here. And you can see there's some red tones in here too. But just the red and blue and the different colors just look really good together. And then I zigzag stitched all the way around the outside, edges. And I also did something I never did before. I zigzag stitched right down the middle here. And I kind of just wanted to try that and see how that did. I feel like I did it for reinforcement reasons, but I feel like it really did work well, and I'll see how it goes throughout the rest of the process of finishing the journal. But I just really like how it looks, and for that reason of making it more sturdy and reinforcing that middle like spine there. So, and then for the inside, these are two little kind of pockets I made here. So separate pockets. And then so the inside I lined with some pretty matte paper, as you can see. And then I did two pockets with the same map on either side. So they're side pockets. And those are zigzag stitched all the way around the edges, even on the inside edge. And then these two pockets I made out of some paper that I'm using to go along with this kit. I had I'll show you the cover in a minute, but it was like it was a newer kind of journal. It's kind of an ocean themed or shell and ocean themed journal. So this was two of the pages. It had like pretty pictures in there, and it also had, places to write. And this was part of a calendar that was in there. So I just folded up. This was, let's see how I did this. This one, I think this is good. This might be a page. so you can see, or no, I can't, yeah, I can put this in as a page still if I want. So this might be a page. I guess I haven't decided about this yet. But what I did was just take the page. It was a double page, and I folded the sides in. Then I zigzag stitched around the ends here, and then I put some washi tape here just to make sure that, you know, those pages were going to stay together, because I did take them out and they were sewn in, and I just didn't want them to take a chance on them splitting or anything. So I did put that washi tape. It doesn't look like it's splitting, but I just did that for, you know, support reasons. So that's that one. And then this one was the picture that I made into a pocket, and I did the same thing, folded the sides in. So I had my pocket, and it's all, you know, it's pretty in there, but it's double so that it doesn't, it just gives it an extra sturdiness, because it's actually double, because it's folded over, zigzag stitched on the sides. And I think I'm going to put some kind of washi here too on this folded edge, or this is where the two pages came together, just to make sure that is sturdy right there. So as I said, I'm not done with this. I'm still developing and working on it. So as I see things that need to be done, I'm going to be doing them and coming back to you and showing you what I'm doing. But that's the cover so far. And then, let's see. These are the pages I've chosen so far. And what I've done is, this is the book that I took apart to put in here. It's called the Shell Desk Diary. It was, I found it at a thrift store, but it was, it had never been used, and I think it had a copyright in here. It was actually kind of old, but it just looked really new because it had never been used. And I don't see the copyright on these pages, but you can see how pretty this is. So I have lots of options here of pages to use from this pretty journal that I took apart. Here's the, let's see if I can show you the pages that I took out of here. There's a lot. There was a lot of pages in there. So that I've already used some of them. You know, like, oh, I can only fit so many in this journal, but here's the rest of the pages that had just pretty pictures. I mean, look at that one. That's stamps with different shells and sea creatures on them. And then shells and crabs and things like that. Starfish, you know, scuba divers. There's all kinds of neat stuff in here. And then here was some of the book, or the journal, that I took apart. Kind of looking for here it says 1985, so that gives you an idea of when it's from. So this is a vintage, actually considered a vintage according to Etsy. You know, it was it was called a diary. It's kind of more like a planner. It has a calendar throughout, or it could be a diary or a journal. But it has little shells on each page, and I just thought it was so cool when I found it. And I already knew I was making this journal with this kit, so I was like, well, that'll be perfect to possibly use that with my, you know, design team project. So I'm using that. Another thing I'm kind of experimenting with is doing some stenciling. Now here's my experiment. I did experimenting on this page right here with some stenciling, and I just used, I'll show you the stencils in a second, but I did this little kind of a month and date, kind of a little dial, like a dial here. And then this is anchors and ship wheels, and this looked like a rope here from the stencil. So what I used was just this archival ink to work with the stencils. It's the coffee color, and I just used a foam brush. And I took it, here's the two I used. This anchor right here with the little, that looks like a rope to me. And then this one here was like the dial, the month and date thing right here. You can see it has January, February on it. So I used that, and they came out really cute, I think. I think they look really nice with the brown or coffee colored ink. And this set, I got a whole set of stencils. I've had this for I've probably had this for at least a year now, but it's a whole set of stencils that comes like this. I got it on Amazon. I just looked up stencils, and They had some different sets with different patterns, but this one I liked because it had a honeycomb in here. And at the time when I was buying this, I was looking for honeycombs. There's my honeycomb right there. I was making a bee journal, and I used the honeycomb at that time, and now, so I'm using this. I looked through here tonight, and it had those two that I wanted to use. So now I've used those, and there's a lot more I haven't used here because there's a lot in here, but that was a very inexpensive set of stencils that I got on Amazon. So if you're looking for stencils, you can get quite a nice set there, a variety on Amazon. So that was my experiment with that. And then the ephemera I've started on. Here's all my ephemera so far. I'm going to do some sewing on the pages and on the ephemera, but there's quite a bit of ephemera that comes with this kit. I've got it all cut out pretty much, and here it all is. It's all been backed with file folder at this point, and I was just finishing folding this, and I thought maybe I better turn on the camera before I actually just finish this journal and not show any part of my starting process here. But here's the envelopes and pockets that come with the kit, and it's really a pretty kit, really pretty, and lots of ephemera and plenty of pages. So what I did was I was folding these, and this time I don't always back the envelopes and pockets with file folder, but I decided to do it this time because I want to also do some sewing on these. I think I'm going to sew around the edge of all of these. I just want to see how it looks, and I think that would be really cool and pretty. But I was using my little mini envelope punch board here as so I didn't have to get out my big scoreboard, and it has a little score line here, and it comes, if you haven't seen this, you probably have, but it comes with a little bitty bone folder there. And I was using that to make my creases for all my little pockets, so you can see the creases here. And I wanted to make sure they folded in the right place and just had a nice fold. So I used that little mini envelope punch board. So I'm just kind of showing you my tools I use too. I'm using on this one. And so I've done all my creases. There's this is a pocket, and this is a pocket, and this is a really pretty one. It looks like, I guess that's coral possibly, or whatever the fans are made of, a sea fan. And then this is some corner pockets, really nice shading on these in colors. I've got two corner pockets there. This is an envelope, and it's going to fold up like this. Let's see. And here's the top flap. Here's the back, how the back looks. Isn't that pretty? So I'm going to do some sewing on all of those. And then here's the ephemera. You've got little shells. I'll try to kind of go through it. Here's some actual shells. I've already cut all these, fussy cut all this stuff out. I'm not sure, some of it I don't know how I'm going to do or what I'm going to do with it. Thinking about making some paper clips with some of these and things like that, and some tabs. So that'll be fun. Journaling cards and just journaling spots. So here's some tags. Aren't these colors pretty? I hope they're showing up well in the camera because they are really pretty colors and really neat images. So look at the colors on this one. Really beautiful colors. And there's all these little shell trims in here. So pretty. This is a nice like a sunset, it looks like. Really pretty. So I'm going to be doing sewing on those. And then these are the pages, and I don't know if you noticed on the cover, but I have the corners rounded here on this cover. For some reason, I just thought, you just kind of get these ideas in your head when you're making these journals, and you kind of just go with whatever you think is telling you what it's telling you to do for this particular journal. And this one was telling me to round the corners, so I did that. I think it looks really nice. So that's the cover with the rounded corners, and then I rounded the corners of all the pages. So I kind of will do a little quick flip through just so you can see. There's my stenciling of the calendar wheel. And then this is, you know, from that journal that I showed you. So I'm not going to go through every page right now as far as telling you what they are. But I just want you to be able to see the colors in this kit and what I'm doing. I've dyed all the backs of all the pages, I believe. Like this one's pink dyed. This one's, I think that was green. Or no, it looks like blue. I think that's blue dyed. Pink dyed. You see the pages from the kit have lines, really pretty. And so you can see I've colored either coffee dyed or blue dyed all the backs of all the pages from the kit. So, and this is like from that diary. Left some fold outs. Look how pretty this is right here. Isn't that neat? So cool. I just really love this kit. I thought it would be neat to do this for July, you know, if someone wants it for their beach trip. That would be really neat to have this for a beach trip. So, just so nice. All the colors. And so this is going to be the middle. I believe I've got 40 pages in here, or 80 fronts and backs, so far. So I won't show you the other half here, but you can just see how pretty the pages are here. Just really pretty. So that's pretty much where I'm at. I've got a little seahorse to put in here that I got from Maria in Happy Mail. So I'm saving that for this. And I got this little shell. I believe this was from, I think I got this from Sheree. She's the one at the Studio 28E. So she's the admin. So I think I got that from her. And when I saw it, I said, oh, that'll be perfect for my beach journal. So that's where I'm at with this. I'm going to go do some sewing now on this ephemera and pages and get all my sewing done so I can figure out what's next. And I will see y'all next time. Happy crafting.